this time around. Can he make it through this second end game?
I think TTD5 and Mike going to be in Tank Courtyard. Frostbit is actually opting in for the end of the dunes, so he's even looking for the gold as much as he can in the early game, as well as the gold if he does find any weapons to go off of here. But Spider looks to want to contest this. This is going to be a spawn that was not located into the pre-map, but it's going to be a chance here to see that Spider was looking for this fight against Frostbit, who had pre-sucked this region, and Spider catches him with the longsword. We're going to see a pot here where whether or not these players are going to be wanting to go inside of it, it's going to be up to them. But Frostbit catches Spider here. It's going to be a chance for the R&B release. Going to be 1 HP left. Spider can catch this F, but it's not going to happen. Frostbit finds the first elimination of the game. Purple longsword in tow. Beautiful. He's working through this point.
Let's go, Frostbit. That was close. It was so hard to tell who actually got the half charge going out. Now in the herd, though, OUG's Mike versus 2-2-5. For some reason, 2-2-5 and Mike have just been challenging each other today off spawn, but Verse with the flank again, getting the best of the OGs. New school versus old school. Verse is gonna get a 2-piece off spawn. We'll take that to go, baby. Take that to the bank. 2 kills for JDG's. Verse taking it down. Now over to the puzzle. Wang Lang versus Arano versus Star. Whoever can take down this spot is gonna be able to get the gold weapon, get the puzzle reward. Arano Roller is gonna be coming through, taking to the ceiling, going for a ride, going in the circle, surviving, thriving, but Star doesn't want him to get away. White armor reset, changing momentum, and now Star, peace out. We're gonna take to the scale rushes, forcing out the gold F. Nice, clanks him into the corner. Now Arano with the V3, able to break out of it. Now Wang Lang joining back in. You thought you forgot about me, son. We're back in here, forcing Arano back into the mech. The zipping swarm will not be denied. Now Feria, great thing about Feria, you get this reset, you get to sit back, think about what your opponent's doing and the safety of your mech. As long as you're not taking shots to the face, turning your back, you're big chilling. But on the bottom now, moving over to Fong and Mike on the outside. One of my favorite matchups, Serve. Who do you think has the favorite, Fong versus Mike with Dagger?
I mean, Fong has Dagger to the extension of it going through here, so I'm not sure whether or not Fong is going to be, be the one on top, because Fong right now is hunting down Mike. Yodohime F3 finds the parry, and towards Mike, looks for the R&B here. Going to look for the scare rush. Jump LMB is going to come out here. Mike is going to get caught in the jump LMBs, but finds that armor swap blue rarity. Looks R&B, of course, while Fong is going to be looking for this chase here. Not having to expend ability is massive, and we can see how Fong is keeping this rotation and try to keep the anticipation of where Mike could be ending up. Mike AS is going to be distancing himself out. Mike finds a corner to try to heal in here, while Fong is going to be looking for the scare rush to the sky. We're going to see him trying to close the gap distance, but you can see a scare rush knockback coming out from Mike as he's looking for the horizontal blue focus. Catches himself here for on top of the ridge. He's going to look for the F2 to go for a ledge grab that is not confirming, but he gets inside the building regardless. And as AS is able to find out this damage, we're going to see a pot friend moment here between Mike and AS, but AS is going to say, nah, I'm not taking anything that, no motion. We're going to see a double Hadio coming out here as AS is looking for the chase. Mike is looking for the escape and find the armor swap, but there's Yoda Himeho in the background as Fong is looking to try to slash these one through. These guys are playing the race like it's a Mario Kart race off again and again as Mike is rushing through here. And within the sky rise, we're going to see Fong losing track of both these Hadios, but he's keeping track of them at the same time, where he can't confirm the hits, but he's going to notice the moment those ultimates end out, he's going to be having a great opportunity of catching both of them outside of this region from this point on. But Mike disengages, has baby armor heals, he's our baby vitality heals. He's going to be looking for those scare rushes again and again. He's just going for lap 3 into the vicinity of Tang, and with it, he could find a way of escaping both his pursuers here, Raven, where he's not going to have a worry in the world.
You see Mike just doing figure eights to those windows. That was beautiful. I thought that AS was going to hold down Mike there, but you just saw just that little bit of finesse, that little bit more movement. Mike still one of the best to ever do it with the dagger. And what I was asking you before, one of the most underrated things about Mike is his dagger play. I would say even versus Fong, a dagger specialist, Mike is still slightly ahead of Fong when it comes to fighting with dagger. Fong trying to hold him down with the longsword. Now, the tough part about dagger versus longsword, unless Mike can continue to scale rush, this longsword will eventually catch up to him. But the F coming out from Hadi, these windows being key to Mike's success of kiting here. He's going to be able to break contact twice, getting 3 armor resets. Now, Frostbit versus Verse. Frostbit having an excellent off spawn already up to 2 kill. beating out Spider for his off spawn, having that purple long sword. Gonna look for the F trap, not able to get it for the versus the dual Halbies. Dual Halbies actually one of the few weapons that really denies that F trap for zipping. Now Verse with the max range RB is able to get a connect, get that stagger. Nice whiff punish coming out from Verse. Big damage coming out, forcing out the F and the ultimate from Frostibus. No more saving grace to his name. We're all in, baby. And Verse is not going to take any chances. He's going to take to the sky. He's not going to let Frostibus get out of here. Can Frostibus find the cutting path right now? Verse in the hottie, all double tap dodge going to come out into the whole dodge. Verse doesn't flinch, holds it, waits for it, and he is going to take down Frostibus. Frostibus still has one more life to his name, but now Verse is going to pay the price for investing his cooldowns in for that one kill. Wang Lang spots the fight, but that double hold with the gold dual Halbies doing massive damage to Wang Lang, stripping him of all of his armor. Looking for the scale rush. Verse able to deny the opener for the uppercut. Now Wang Lang looking to close this out, has the heals ticking down for him, looks for the double hold. Nice job by Verse, able to whiff punish it, but receiving a whiff punish back from Wang Lang with the toothpick online, but Wang Lang not able to follow up. Ult's going to be coming out, the V2 burn, an absolute menace to zipping. Her one weakness, burn damage, denying the heals, denying the sustain, and Verse is gonna go up to 4 kills.
Crazy.
Taking down 2 zippings, but Frostibus is coming back. Round 2, zippings want the revenge. Can Verse survive this next zipping push?
I think Frostibus is coming back in here with a vengeance, coming after that first elimination. Verse finding his 4th one. Then it looks like he's just trying to keep this poke off of this. You saw how much Verse was just utilizing as much dodges into those crouch on the beast and catching it through. But the parry attempt there from Frostibus would have been massive, considering he would have stolen the dual halberds. That's given Verse so much of an instigation potential of just being able to dish out a massive amount of damage. Frostibus catches these RMBs though. We're gonna see Verse looking for the release. He's gonna deal out 800 damage, but that crouch on the beat and knocks out Verse permanently from this match. And we're gonna see Frostibus actually picking up the loot as a result. Now, Romy Yang is happening. In the meantime, GG Shaw against Spider into this position where we're going to see a Fairy Shen from Shaw's side, while Spider is looking to keep that momentum, holds the horizontal crouch, and with it, he's dodging all those moves, and Shaw gets caught into his RMB. Just RMB is going to connect again for that neutral, and that's going to be Spider's elimination. Gold weapon on board, Vermilion Bird Smite to be in tow, and that's a gold longsword. And you know how much Spider loves to use that weapon in tow. He's got another longsword on standby because of the secondary purple weapon that's going to be right then and there. So he's going to be able to catch that going off of this end, and obviously right then into this position where Spider is catching this early, onset lead into the Plume Castle. He can look for hunting players. He can look to try to go towards where regulatory spawns can occur into these circles. And of course, considering that he's looking pretty good, 4 vitalities or healing berries and 10 arm powders, he's looking really good for Spider coming into this game right.
WBG Spider with the mix. Soul reads on Soul reads the grapple cancel, stares him and crouch, and just LMB knows that he's not releasing the second hit. Crazy play coming out from WBG Spider, but JLAS keeping 225 on the back foot. Normally 225 with the snowballing momentum. On the rare instance, on the back foot, goes for the fadeaway double hold parry, not able to get it. Super big plays coming from 225. He loves those explosive plays, not able to capitalize on this right now. Now GG Shaw with the blue fan, chasing him down. 3 minutes 20 seconds. The Yang depletion buff speeding up Shaw's gameplay, giving him a sense of urgency, giving him a sense of purpose. But 225 keeping that distance with the gold staff, able to use that double charge to create that distance. But now WBG Spider joining in. He's been locked and loaded. He's looking to add more people to his web of kills. GG Shaw though will not be denied. 3 minutes 44 seconds looking for the kill onto 225, but that staff launch is doing so much work, and now Spider showing up. But GG Shaw's like, you want some of this? We're sending the blues, baby. We're flying through those blue skies. Just hits Spider with the non-stop blues coming out from that fan. But 225 stuck out in the open, surrounded by CDY and JL's AS. He's not looking good. He's not looking healthy. The zipping is on her last leg. Who is going to pick up the kill? 225 going out to GG Shaw, picking up the elimination. Does he get the soul bloom? He's not able to. 2 minutes and 13 seconds. Shaw denied of that soul bloom, but not denied of the kill. JL's AS. Nice uppercut into parry. And now Shaw, phase 2. What can he do, Surf, to survive this situation? 2 minutes left.
Got a lot of range shots going. Of course, AS is the killer of this lobby, and he does also tied in here with Frostbite. But that Assault Smolder is working wonders for AS to actually just burn out Shaw's ult, not even just his ultimate, but also to his health bar once his duration ends. So with it, bow shot to the bow shot, everyone's focused to Fairy Shen. 100 seconds left on the clock for Shaw. Look to try to anticipate this horizontal or vertical hold check. There's another parry from AS. F1 to the distance as he got caught into a grapple and gives himself enough time to hold his R&B, goes to the stone form, looks at the shun, gets caught to another R&B. It looks like AS is going to go down here from Spider as the chase comes down here. Shaw rids the Roman Yang depletion. He's able to get himself out here, or if not, he's going to get hunted down by Spider big time. We'll see why though is hunting. He smells the blood. He sees Spider in this distance though as he's getting knocked out here for a 1, 2, 3. We release those. T2-5 going to go ahead and pick up his first elimination into this lobby. You love to see the surround spirit coming out from the leaderboard as Spider has 3, Frostbus has 3, AS has 3. We're seeing GG, Shaw, and T2-5 while CDY are all have 1 elimination. Fong, Star, Rano still looking for their kills, still looking for their section of finding the right momentum and catching those eliminations in a collective manner of fashion. Cinnabar Valley will be probably left behind, but we're going to go into a replay into this past moment where we saw AS up against CDY. Now, both of the hotties are in the sky. We're going to look for these level 3 slashes. It's like a game of, between the bull and the matador. Of course, AS gets locked out of his ultimate here. AS is dodging at the level 3 slashes coming out from CDY. The assault score is procced. So you get the jump LBs, catches the flight form in midair as he's looking to try to avoid CDY's level 3 slash. He's looking for it again, and there's going to be a dash LMB. There's going to be the D flight form for CDY, and there's going to be a dash LMBs coming out here from AS as he catches that victory from that fight. So securing a gold weapon there was massive, and with the forceful effort against Spider right now and there, we're going to see GG Shaw looking for his attempt here, Raven, where he could catch his second elimination if done right.
Interesting stuff from CDY. Both of the hottie fights, traditionally it's looked at as triple charge gauntlets over and over, but we saw 1 charges coming out in order to demech the hotties. Now, if you didn't know this about Hottie, he does have a limited amount of armor before he gets knocked out of the air. Now he can reset, go back into the air, but those 1 charges really quick on the spacings, able to close the distance before the enemy Hottie was able to dodge. Interesting stuff. New tech coming out in this NBPL. Still new stuff to be learned every single time you tune in and watch these pros do it. GG Shaw did manage to get that soul moon, did manage to survive such a dire situation going into the second realm of Yang. Who is going to own up to this gauntlet? JL's AS on the hottie with the gold Hong sword, gold weapons, scaling up the hottie attacks inside ultimate. Same thing with Freya. Zipping doesn't get the same benefit, so as the game goes on, these dueling characters end up getting more and more priority. It looks like everyone's waiting to see if they can get in who is going to take the gauntlet. Now, unlike before, when you go into Realm of Yang, you are pot committed. There is no insurance plans. All soul blooms do disappear after 2 minutes. You can't just go in for free. This is a big decision, but fortune favors the bold, serve. Anyone who is willing to risk it to go in here does set themselves up to win big. But like I was saying before, the lobby looked very flat on the scoreline. Everyone is highly considering the outcome and the long game right now. Consistency is key when everyone in the lobby is an absolute unit. Now looking inside to Remelang, it looks like JL's AS was the only one willing to risk it. The rest of the lobby wants to play this slow, and we're going into a 9-man end game on Holleroth.
He's got himself the Santa. He's got himself the Christmas hat. He's got himself a present. It's a gold pole sword, potentially, if he's converting it. He's got a hold on to holding out from picking up that purple staff. He's committing towards taking these double pole swords, double Hong swords into his build in a blue bow. It's interesting to see that no one wanted to contest it, but why would they, right? They don't know if the insurance, like you said, that the insurance policy is no longer there. There's no longer a soul bloom to be kept into the zone for the extension of the match. It's only a 2-minute time before any sort of players can take the opportunity of picking those ones up. So for this is going to be an interesting situation. As we see, GG Shaw is running himself under the salvation podium and going for some heals. He had to burn ultimate. A White Tiger's power was buff in effect as AS is able to catch the vicinity of the players. Every one of these players know that he is in the vicinity, not him specifically, but a winner of the Rama Yang. Now, Arano, you can see this massive rotation out into the zone as he's going into this clockwise rotation into the Achilles Gateway. If he's fast enough to catch himself not getting caught, he'd be good. But he finds a blue armor. Ballista shots coming out here. As we can see, Arano's going to be the one blue armor Farius Shen that could get caught out through a Ballista Scorch coming into play here as these players are taking a lot of burn damage. Arano trying to catch this position as scare rushing out, ring around the Rosie across the building. JJH Star finds the F1 to reposition onto the rooftop of the ledge, and with Arano just trying to keep these players in momentum. Now we do have a storm here where we're going to have an extended grapple distance for the players, so if they necessary to find themselves in distancing away from this area, it would be to their benefit. But Arano gets to the Keela's Gateway, having to expend his ultimate this time around, had to use both boosts. He's going to get caught for these cannon shots, and of course T2-5 is not going to let this one through. T2-5 having only one elimination, look for his second one to this match. Arano burning out his ultimate so that way he can build up rage per second over the course of time. We're going to end up going to the center of our valley sooner or later with all these rock pillars. The rotation of these players to keep this scare rush action in motion is of utmost importance, especially considering that we still have multiple, or we only have 2 hotties left into this round. So they have to be careful about when the opportunity comes through where hotties can scale these rock pillars to their ease, which is flying up, like finding a level 3 swing and just knocking them into a cacti. Best case scenario, cacti gets killed, but we don't talk about that, run, because everyone can get grief if someone's looking for a cacti kill. Hit them off for the vicinity shots right then and there, Riven.
What's exciting, Serve, with cactuses is this Yodo Hime weaving through the cactuses. DRG's Fong, I was saying, if someone was going to do it, if someone was going to be able to make Yodo survive to the end games. Now, being around in the old school days, the Yodo days, if Yodo gets to that end game, that ultimate is able to do numbers on that circle. The big key for Zipping able to survive over everyone else is she's able to keep that max health. But if you have a Yodo surviving to the very end, knocking the Farriers out, knocking everyone else, DRG's Fong is playing the long con. He's playing the long game, and he's going to have to use all of that movement. I'm swear to God, WBG Spider inspired everyone else to dabble with the strategies with him being able to survive that long and hot. They're like, wait a second, can we make it and survive against the Zipping Swarm? Now, like I was saying, when I saw Spider and Frostibus, both of them not in the same group, go to that Zipping, we have a Star and 225 as well. That is a Zipping Swarm you don't want hot on your tail. Now, OUG's Mike opted out to switch to the hottie. He had first round pick. He could have been part of this swarm chasing everyone down, and now instead he's going out with the goose egg. Wang Lang as well, going out very, very early off spawn. Now transitioning to this end game. This might be one of the most stacked end games we've seen in a long time. 9 people alive, everyone opting out, not going into that realm of Yang. And with this end game being this stacked, this is what Fong was gambling for, picking that Yodo pick, going to this last leg. Is Yodo a good answer to Hottie? We shall see. First, Spider is going to be getting that parry onto another hottie. JLZAS ends up flying back in, repaying Spider the favor for giving him that parry. Now Spider in a precarious situation. Both of these hotties can immediately get doved on by the Zipping Swarm, and already Fong getting active right now, but he's not zipping. The Zipping see the Yodo like, wait a second, what is that? What is that? Who let you here? What is that?
It's crazy too, because we know Yodo's F3 can really just put the number of people. Like, I did not anticipate that, right? It's double whammy. It's like, all right, combo breaker double on top of it. And for AS right now, having lost that Honk to Spider, Spider almost got caught into a little bit of a pickle, but having ultimate, having F ability, getting himself the reset there was kind of his best case scenario. But we are going to see him kind of walk into the middle of all this mess. Arano and GG Shaw to the corners of the ridges over there. Nearby, we're going to see Fong into that position, actually to look for a third-party engagement. Meanwhile, CDY looking a little bit too much in the tassel loss, losing around 700 HP on the armor. At the time to reset here, and what you can see, AS is actually trying to keep the higher ground onto this building. Now, one kind of key, one caveat about this is that T225 has been bringing this cannon into this NBPL scene far more than I think most of the other players, considering that it is such a strong proximity type weapon to kind of blast out there. You can see him actually looking to try to knock down Fong, who is going to be distancing himself towards the western side, it's near towards the Moonbane specifically. And for this, right now, Fong looks at his time to actually disengage from everything, because knowing how much pressure could be put onto him, as he's literally the only Yodo Hime. No one wants to. They can, all the zipping agents can try to single him out, take him out of the game, and they look towards that. But for him, he's thinking about that ahead of time. We're going to see AS as one of the few remaining hotties getting locked down here. As I was suspecting, every single one of these players are looking to lock down one of the final remaining hotties into the game. It's only going to be up to this point between Afaria Shens as well as the Zipping Yings, one remaining hottie from CDY, and he could be the next one coming out here for the remainder of this match, Raven.
And we're seeing all the non-zippings all being cornered and surviving, realizing these desperate times require desperate measures, all retreating to this last hill of the non-zipping nation. All the zippings descending upon them right now, blocking out this guy with these arrows. Frostivus looking to see if anyone is getting weak. Nice overhold coming out from Spider, able to force out a hottie ult. That white flag has been waved. The zipping nation sees CDY in the corner. Now CDY has no heals to his name. Tough position for him. He's been sieged so much going to this end games. We are sucked dry of armor potions. All we have are these white heals left. All we can do is heal our health. Making our way to the left, can CDY find a way to salvage a body right now? 8 people alive, 1 person going down, transitioning into the last 6 minutes of this end games. We're going to see CDY try to go and try to buy. Nowhere left to go. Doesn't get the armor reset. No ult zone is going to be hit. Makes his way into the building, and we have a quiet Fong hiding in a bush. Everyone seeking refuge away from the zipping swarm. But where can you hide when you got the likes of Spider, Frostivus, 2-2-5 all hunting you down?
CDY actually having Siphon Technique working in his favor, as he was actually able to find a horizontal for T2-5. Fong is able to reveal himself outside the bush. Now that he's in a consolidated fight between these opponents and how the zone is closing off, there's only one entrance and one exit, but he takes time to go out the other exit outside of the zone just to make sure he can kind of like throw them off in terms of his position. And he just rotates around here like nobody's business, finding bow shots here. Spider is going to be looking to try to aim that one down. You can see his focus onto that mark. Arano also in the reciprocation onto the northeastern end. This Moonbane taking around 70% of the zone is going to take a little bit more time before we actually see these players wanting to try to converge against one another. 5 minutes nearly to remaining. Forbidden Seal should be deactivating here in a moment, not too soon. But Arano taking these cannon shots here from T2-5, finding an R&B, finding the purple focus. Arano have no more arrows into the quiver, has to take the time to repair. Last repair chest on the ground for him to find out, for him to use those last remaining 8 arrows as CRT Fong looks for himself on top of this side of the stash. He could keep this rotation going, but he is going to have to be careful about when the time is to heal. Having to invest F3 in a position he'd rather not like to take is going to be up to him, considering it takes no damage when he's invulnerable. He's going to be able to have 3.5 seconds to look for a heal, but after that momentum, that duration, it's going to be a tough call, and seeing how much the remaining zippings are looking for range shots. But Arano having wit's end gets caught to the cacti. I was calling this earlier. He's going to get caught through here again and again. He's going to look for the beacon drop. He gets himself caught into a burn almost. And the cannon shot from T2-5, the splash damage is enough to kill him off. And T2-5 finds the elimination for number 2 into this round, Raven.
Looking like a ping pong ball, just bouncing left and right from the cactus. Is 2-2-5 with that burn, with that rupture gale, able to get those kills. Now GG Shaw next on the list, not able to survive the zipping swarm as it descends upon you. Frostivus with the fire arrows as well. What can you do when you have these tiers of pros chasing you down? Spider, Frost, Star, 2-2-5 all surrounding you, arcing you to the corner, cornered like a beast. Shaw fighting his way out of her, gets the parry. Gold F gonna pop out, but 2-2-5 comes over with the staff and puts him out of his misery. Now CDY on the hottie, Fong on the Yodo. Can they make it to this last little bit, hiding this last little corner, the last sledge, surviving against the zipping swarm? But 2-2-5 smells blood in the water, sees one of them, uses the cactus, forcing him in the corner. Fong and CDY got nowhere left to run. CDY is going to take to the sky. Fong waves him goodbye. Good luck, friend. CDY has no armor. He's going to get bow shot in midair, but Star with the scare rush is going to take him down. Now Fong on the Yodo. Last one to love, going into the realm of cactuses. Frostopus able to pick up the kill. 4 kills up to Frostopus, and now it goes to the even matchup for Zipping's left. The family is going to be broken up. 10.1. Frostopus holding on to the lead versus one of the GOATs. WBG Spider 225, also one of the GOATs. Back-to-back second places for Jacob. And now Star rising up. New school versus old school. 2 on each side. Who is going to take this end game with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left?
You got a potluck of Zipping Yings. They got them. They rid everyone that was, they got Fong out, and right before then, CDY, the only hottie into the match, to look for those range shots. And TG5 was inciting violence when he jumped LMB into the cacti bow shot. It was just everything that he wanted to set up to force that CDY position of the hottie to just dip out from that corner. And so the same thing to Fong. It's kind of unfortunate to see it, but it is going to be the case scenario. These players know they got to keep the sustain up. Now, Star finding that snag with that scare rush. We see him do this in round 1. He's just looking for the scare rush of the pole sword. He's falling into Mike's footsteps at that point. And making sure he can be a pole sword maniac. That's going to be the play here with the golden one at that stage. Now for him to look for a scare rush here and try to lock down TG5, there it is. Going to be catching a lot of armor depletion from TG5, who had to force the F1. Looking to try to avoid these bow shots that they're coming by, both for Frostopus and Spider. Frostopus with the 4 elimination, Spider with the 3. Has to be careful about this timing here because we're entering to the last 100 seconds into this match. TG5 trying to look for this stanchion and catches a blue focus. Does not want to release the secondary, considering that they did remove the opportunity for you to get gold focus. And there's going to be a chance here for the Force V1 ultimate. TG5 looking for the R&Bs and could get caught out here. The bow shots again and again from Spider, and a clay coming up from JJH's Star, which forces the Buttery Rocks position. TG5 gets constant scare rush from Spider, who's going to get constant R&B from the pole sword. As Star is pushing him back, we're going to see an F1 ability be up here for TG5. He pushes Frostopus into the zone as much as he can to kind of deny himself any sort of self-sustain, but TG5 forces F1. The pole sword comes out here from Star. We got another 60 seconds left here before the round ends, and with everything coming out here from Frostopus' side, he's looking to try to snag that kill with the Cat Bloom. That's going to be his kill, number 5 for this round.
Let's go, Frostopus. Nice Cavalry Bloom coming out from Frostopus. You see Spider in the sky just poking everyone with the bow shots, sitting like a little squirrel with the sniper shots. 1 minute left though. JJH, Star, Spider, last remaining OG standing. Frostopus having a massive game at 11.4. The gambles of Fong, the gambles of OG Mike not paying off. Zipping coming out on top, and now Frostopus on the low ground, taking Star for a ride. The cannon shot's gonna come out into the Cavalry Bloom, and now Spider gonna activate. Who's gonna choose to kill? Frostopus has to pop his ultimate a little bit early, gets that nice juicy F1 Star with the focus attacks on Frostopus' feet. Who's gonna get the parry right now? Cavalry Bloom gonna push him out. Frostopus not shying away from the movement. He's throwing out those Cavalry Blooms. Spider goes into the zone, gets to back-to-back parry, is gonna get a massive hit on to Frostopus, and now Spider coming out with the hit. Spider is gonna get that 2-piece and the win, clutching up back-to-back MVPs. WBG's Spider is back, Serve.